Sirens cut through the night as a driver pushes past every limit and every warning. Speeds climb, traffic blurs, and one wrong move turns the road into a battlefield. From precision pit maneuvers to violent rollovers, these moments don't end quietly. They end fast, and sometimes they end hard. Only on Crime Cam USA. Monona PD spots something off before a single light ever flips on. An SUV jerks hard near St. Teresa Terrace, like it just realized who's watching. The officer follows, calm but alert, and within seconds, that suspicion turns into confirmation. The driver doubles back, blasts out of the lot, and now it's on. Speeds surge past 80 as the SUV tears through Nichols and Flom, blowing a red light without hesitation, then weaving onto side roads like it's trying to shake reality itself. Deputies set up spike strips on Femrite. Perfect timing, wrong outcome. The SUV slips through, makes a reckless U-turn into oncoming lanes, and that's when control finally runs out. Brake lights flash, too late. The impact is violent, a fireball swallowing the vehicle on contact. Officers rush in, but the damage is already done. 3 lives lost in seconds. No seatbelts, drugs in the system, stolen guns inside. Sometimes the chase doesn't end with handcuffs. It ends with silence. Friday in Alberta, Alabama. That moment hits when 46-year-old Charles Moore pulls up to a home on Old Foley Highway, right as officers are waiting to arrest him. He sees them, hesitates for half a second, then bolts. What follows is a 12-minute chase that tears through Highway 98 and into Foley, pushing close to 90 miles per hour. Moore cuts through a trailer park, slices across residential streets, then dives straight into crowded parking lots without even tapping the brakes, threading between parked cars like nothing's there. At one point, he even clips a patrol unit trying to box him in. That's when officers decide enough is enough.
West on Michigan, towards 59. That's behind liquidation outlet. 301 coming towards you.
He's looping around Pinner. He's headed back towards the right. Around on us, he's headed back towards southbound on 59. He's in and out of traffic. Here's the road. Y'all get a chance, put him out, take him out. He's too dangerous, take him out.
The pursuit funnels into a McDonald's parking lot where police finally force the vehicle to a stop with a coordinated takedown. Moore doesn't stick around. He bails out and runs, darting into an O'Reilly Auto Parts store like he can disappear between the aisles. He can't. Officers move in and take him into custody without further incident. No injuries, somehow. But now the original warrant is just the beginning, stacked with fleeing, reckless endangerment and a long list of charges. Turns out, running only made the problem a lot bigger. Ever seen a police chase end with something that looks more like a tether than a crash? In Thurston County, Washington, that's exactly how this one plays out. It begins on a Thursday when Olympia police get a hit from a license plate reader. Stolen vehicle. Officers attempt to stop, but the driver bolts, disappearing long enough for deputies to pick it back up near Highway 101. From there, it escalates quickly. The car surges onto I-5, pushing speeds up to 130 miles per hour, darting between lanes, and even riding the shoulder like it's part of the roadway. It's fast, unstable, and heading toward the kind of ending no one wants to see.
County Pursuit on Oxford. We're doing pretty, we're passing under right now.
Fully PD, go for grapple.
But instead of waiting for a crash, deputies deploy something different. As the suspect vehicle passes, a grappler fires from the front of a patrol unit, shooting a strap that wraps cleanly around the rear tire. In seconds, the wheel locks, the car jerks, and momentum dies out without a violent impact. No spin out, no pileup, just a controlled stop. Deputies move in and take the driver into custody. Sometimes, ending a chase isn't about force. It's about timing and knowing exactly when to pull the line tight.
Driver's side clear. Passenger. Yeah, hit trunk. Good.
It's grapple.
Grapple one. Thank you. How fast?
Be advised, vehicle just fled. White Nissan Murano, heading toward GA 204. The call comes in, and within moments, troopers spot the SUV re-entering the roadway after cutting through a residential yard like it's an escape route. Lights and sirens go on, but the driver doesn't hesitate. She accelerates, flips direction with a sudden U-turn, and charges back the other way. Traffic tightens. Cars try to yield. At one point, she nearly clips a vehicle pulling aside, missing it by inches. Ahead lies the I-95 corridor, busy lanes, foot traffic nearby, and the risk is building fast. With no room for spike strips and no units to box her in, troopers make the call. End it now. The PIT is initiated at speed. Contact is made, but instead of a clean spin, the SUV breaks loose, fishtails, and slams into the concrete median. Then it rolls, multiple times. The driver, not wearing a seatbelt, is thrown from the vehicle as it flips and comes to rest upside down. Everything stops. Troopers rush in, call for EMS, and begin assessing her condition. She's alive, but critically injured. She's transported to the hospital, where she later dies. It's a stark, unforgiving ending, one where a chain of decisions closes in fast, and there's no way to undo the final moment. What do you do when a stolen truck from an armed robbery suddenly shows up in your lane? March 25th, 2015, South Georgia answers that fast. Deputies in Lee County spot the black Toyota Tundra just minutes after 22-year-old William Owens allegedly robbed a man at gunpoint with a BB gun that looked all too real and took off in the victim's ride. When lights come on, Owens doesn't hesitate. He hammers down, launching into a multi-county run that quickly spirals out of control. Speeds climb past 130 miles per hour, the truck lunging into oncoming lanes, even forcing a state trooper off the road. Units scramble ahead, clearing intersections as the chase tears through Dougherty and Baker counties, with reports of Owens waving a weapon out the window, raising the stakes mile by mile.
Communications, can you advise everybody but anybody else so we can get up here one point? We got 3 units trying to see, we've got all these other people.
Back in Albany, the net tightens. Officers attempt multiple PIT maneuvers, but the Tundra fights through until the third hit finally lands near Palmyra Road. The truck fishtails, tires screaming, and in seconds 2 patrol units slam in from both sides, pinning it dead. Owens is pulled out and taken into custody without further incident. April 10th, 2020, just after sunrise in Sebastian County, Arkansas. What starts as a multi-agency pursuit of a black pickup quickly turns into a rolling hazard. The driver is already blowing through red lights, riding the shoulder of US 71, and ignoring every signal to stop. Within minutes, multiple units fall in line, and the chase stretches south past Witcherville before looping back north, speeds pushing past 90. Every time a trooper edges in for a PIT maneuver, the suspect swerves aggressively, brake checks, even drifts lane to lane just to block it. Like he knows exactly what's coming and refuses to let it happen. Traffic thickens, intersections fly by, and the risk multiplies. At one point, he cuts through a parking lot to dodge a junction, then drives head-on into opposing lanes, forcing innocent drivers to scatter out of his path. That's the moment it shifts from reckless to outright deadly. Near Ben Garin Park, with a narrow window and clear road ahead, a trooper commits, clean PIT attempt. The truck spins, but the impact doesn't end clean. A second collision follows, harder this time.
10-4. 14, get up there and get him stopped. On the other side of the road, we need to get him stopped. I don't care.
EMS is called immediately, but the outcome is already sealed. The driver doesn't survive. No one else is injured, but it came dangerously close. In the end, all that chaos, all that risk, just to delay the inevitable by a few minutes.
Unfortunately, we crashed out here right in front of Ben Garrett.
27% today. 27.
There's a difference between pathology and their types of narcissism.
From theft to impact in seconds, then straight into a police chase with no brakes on the bad decisions. He pushes harder, hits cruisers, keeps going until he can't.
He's looking back out northbound, he's going westbound.
Some endings aren't dramatic, they're inevitable. This one arrived right on time. And you know what's funny? Man really stole a whole car but didn't forget the turn signal. Gotta respect the commitment to traffic laws, I guess.
Hands up! Back up, back up.
From garage break-in to a Starbucks standoff, this one spirals quick. Armed risk, high speed, zero margin for error. She tries force, tries impact, tries anything but stopping. But systems and strategy don't blink. Immobilized, surrounded, arrested. When you bring chaos, expect a coordinated response.
Come back, come back, come back, come back, come back.
Tango 937, 10 City. Signal 12. 17,000, Southeast County Road 234, 28. Hotel Golf X-ray. Florida 10. Signal 1, Signal 2. Just threw a beer out the window. 441. We're coming up to 441 now. Using the wrong lane of traffic. Through the median. Coming up to the pole. The highway patrol is directly in front of me to the left. We're at 70. 50 miles an hour. heading toward Marion County. He's flipping me out. Okay, we notified Marion, 1031, let's take a one game.
Blowing a stop sign is one thing. Doing it in a full-size Suburban and then flipping off a deputy on the way out is a whole different level of bad judgment. In Micanopy, Florida, that's exactly how this chase kicks off. The SUV barrels off I-75, jumps a curb, drifts into oncoming traffic, and the moment lights come on, the driver commits. He cuts through a parking lot, tosses a drink out the window like that's the priority, then surges onto Highway 441, briefly driving the wrong way before correcting, only to push past 100 miles per hour through a construction zone. Deputies try to end it early with a PIT, and for a second it works. The Suburban spins into the median, then somehow claws its way back out and keeps going, even ramming a patrol unit twice.
Southbound towards Alright, you're around? He's in the inside lane here due to the construction. Right here. We'll ram those cars. Yes. He's on the inside lane now. Back on the outside lane. Veterans Way to southbound into George Marion County.
At that point, it's no longer just a pursuit, it's containment. Stop sticks fail, more units join, and the net tightens. Finally, another PIT lands clean, snapping the SUV sideways and killing its momentum for good. When the driver tries one last move, deputies and troopers box him in from all sides. No gaps, no escape. He's taken into custody without further incident, and the bigger picture comes into focus. Already linked to a similar incident earlier that day, already on probation, already out of chances. Turns out, the middle finger wasn't the boldest move here. It was the least consequential. Cuffed in the back, game over, or so it seemed. Somewhere between restraint and recklessness, she finds an opening.
Yeah, about that. God dang! Hey! God shit! What the hell?
Next thing you know, she's behind the wheel of a police unit. Texas officers give chase, because that's not a ride you're allowed to keep.
No weapons on her.
What's the window?
Where's the window punch? Window punch!
Window punch! Window punch!
Keep it covered. Keep it covered, Ted.
Cover, cover!
I got covered.
Sometimes a traffic stop turns into something far more deliberate. April 9th, just after 7 p.m., Boise, Idaho. An officer tries to pull over 32-year-old Jose Sanchez near Chinden Boulevard, and instead of complying, Sanchez flips the script, literally turning his truck around and driving straight at the officer, slamming the door and pinning his leg. From that moment on, this isn't a stop, it's a manhunt. Minutes later on I-84, an Idaho State Police trooper picks him up, pushing past 100 miles per hour as the pickup drifts, sways, and starts losing the fight against control. Then it unravels. The truck veers into the median, re-enters traffic, and rolls violently, ejecting Sanchez high into the air before he crashes headfirst onto the pavement. And somehow, it still isn't over. Sanchez gets up and runs, darting across lanes of oncoming traffic like the danger hasn't already peaked. The trooper gives chase on foot, closes the distance, and tackles him in the median. Two passing motorists jump in to help hold him down, turning chaos into control in seconds. Sanchez is cuffed and taken into custody, later sentenced to 18 years for assaulting an officer, drug possession, and felony eluding. One reckless decision after another. But in the end, it wasn't speed that saved him. It was everyone else refusing to let it continue.
Breakdown. 38.
Stop. Damn. Try to damn. Yeah, bam. I'm good. I'm good. Shit. Everybody up there. All right. Get up. Get up. Get up. Get up. You good? I'm wrecked out. I'm wrecked out, Sarge.
Early morning calm turns into chaos in Milwaukee's South Side. A stolen car, mismatched plates, and 5 people betting on one bad plan. They dodge, they run, they resist, until the house says, enough. Because walls don't move, and neither do consequences. Every chase tells the same quiet story. Control is fragile, and it slips fast under pressure. What starts as escape often ends in impact. These aren't just clips, they're outcomes. For more real footage and real endings, keep watching Crime Cam USA.